What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Rec Talk. And, not a ton surprises me in today's college football. I got surprised today. Everyone's talking about it. Carson Beck originally declares for the NFL draft. Now looks like he's going to enter the transfer portal. And I should apologize to Rock and Rant Miami Flow, because I was listening to one of their shows. These are Miami guys. And Miami Flow said something like, I'm just glad Carson Beck declared for the draft because I was afraid Miami was going after him. And I literally called Sea-Dog and said, I like this guy, but he's freaking delusional. There's no way Carson Beck's going to Miami. Come on. He's either going to the draft or he's going to stay at UGA another year. The three schools that he's, I guess, most likely to go to: Texas Tech, Ohio State, and Miami. And it looks like Miami is trending to be the top pick right now. Or that's what the rumor mill is saying. Now, I'm a Georgia Tech fan, so obviously I hate Carson Beck, Georgia, and all of that. Although, I've not been the most impressed with Carson Beck. If I take off my Georgia Tech glasses, he's not an awful quarterback, but the truth is, he's not a quarterback that's good enough to demand the money I think that he's going to demand in the transfer portal market. He's reported the number at Georgia was around $4 million. Now I don't know what the time period on that was, what the details were. I do know, when they played Florida and they had Carson Beck holding Kirk Herbstreit, I remember distinctly, I'm pretty sure it was Florida, he said, "It's probably the only holder in the country that drives a Lamborghini." And look, this is really everything that's wrong with college football right now. But it's interesting because I really did think he'd either stay at Georgia or go to the draft, and those are really the only two options. Why? Because Kirby's never shown that he would move on from a quarterback, or that he was willing to do that. I mean, you can remember the Jake Fromm situation. He has Fromm, Eason, Justin Fields. They're all on the same roster. He goes with Jake Fromm. Sticks with Stetson Bennett, which ended up working out. And now with Carson Beck. So, yeah, Kirby's management of quarterbacks never been his strong suit. But, Carson Beck going in the portal, he had to have reached back out to Georgia and said, "Look, I'd like to play another year. What do you think?" And either what they offered him was kind of insultingly low, like they might have given him an offer just to push him away. In other words, they didn't want nothing to do with the guy anymore. That's what I think. It's probably best for them as a Georgia fan. Then you got to ask, if you're not as a Georgia fan, if you're a Georgia fan, you got to ask, well, who's your quarterback going to be? I guess Gunnar Stockton. You had that kid come in from Arizona State, Rashada or something. He got Kirby's blessing to sue Florida or Billy Napier, however that went, and then he's been on his merry little way. So Georgia's probably going to be looking for a quarterback in the portal. But Beck's going to demand top money. And if Miami thinks that getting Carson Beck is going to be any sort of solution to their problems, I can't make Miami look any worse than they already do. Your best shot was with Cam Ward this year. It's the best shot you've had in the past 20, 30 years. Couldn't make it happen. Or I guess 20 years. Couldn't make it happen. Carson Beck's a guy that had a lot around him at Georgia, and then, Georgia took a step back this year. He had a lot of drops. He didn't necessarily have the talent around him that he did in previous years, and you saw what happened. He's not a quarterback that can put a team on his shoulder and just make everything happen in the way that Cam Ward did. Cam Ward could do that, right? Cam Ward could do that. So, this is probably, this brings up a whole other conversation of, this is going to become more common where people declare for the NFL draft, but if they're a certain caliber of player, they're going to have to take a pay cut basically to go to the NFL. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've seen the NCAA bumping around basically that they're just going to give everyone another year of eligibility. Like everyone's just going to get 5 years of eligibility. Now I kind of called this, where after this Diego Pavia thing, and a certain number of people have sued the NCAA, they're just going to say, look, you can play college football until you're done playing college football, or until you're tired of playing college football. Eligibility, that violates the Sherman antitrust law of 1890. It's very clear. How could you not see that? But yeah, I think they're going to give every guy another year of eligibility. I guess Carson Beck has one year remaining. And it's annoying as a college football fan because now it's not clear to you. Used to could just look at what class they were. Oh, they're a junior, or they're a redshirt junior. So they're a redshirt junior. They've got one more year of eligibility, their senior year. You can't do that anymore. Now you gotta be like, oh, well, do they qualify for a medical red shirt? Are they going to sue the NCAA for another year? Are they going to file for this, that, or the other? Who even really knows? Let's bring it back to Carson Beck, though. Carson Beck's a decent quarterback. He's not going to be... I will go out and definitively say he's not going to be worth the 2, 3, 4, or however much, $2+ million you're going to have to pay him for that year. That's a massive overpay. You could, I think, get someone in the quarterback market that's better than Carson Beck for probably less money than, well, not probably, definitely for less money than he's going to demand. Now, let's be for real. If he goes to Miami, that's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. I guess they're that let down with Emory Jones. And look, yeah, I mean, I guess he didn't play great in that bowl game, and he had time to prepare, and the team knew that Cam Ward was going to stick it right up your tailpipe, right off into the poopy sunset. But it was one game. It was one game, Are you going to... I don't think the move for Miami is to bring Carson Beck in other words. Now, I think they dodge us along with North Carolina. I would love Miami to take Carson Beck and then we play them next year. It doesn't happen. Them, North Carolina, all these teams that can't beat Georgia Tech to save their lives. Florida State. They dodge us. So, tell me what you think. What do you think about Carson Beck hitting the portal? And let's be honest, another reason he's doing this is because this year hurt his draft stock considerably. Like, I think his draft stock is considerably lower at the end of this season than it was last season, right? So, again, let me know what you think in the comments. Also, snowpocalypse almost here. We talked about snowpocalypse yesterday, last night. And just to be your weather bro for a second, some of the forecasting has changed. So it was kind of like right South Metro kind of was the cutoff line. Maybe like 20 minutes south of Carrollton, and you draw a line across the state. Now it's looking like it's going to snow up to an inch all the way as south as Macon, Georgia. One of the more terrifying areas in Georgia, also known as Macon, Georgia, could get up to an inch. I guess it's going to start, I'm in Cobb County, so in Cobb County, it's going to start around 6, 7, snow till noon or 1. And I think we're still looking at getting around 3 inches. So, obviously be safe. Hope you don't lose power. Probably be a great day to just sit back, play some NCAA 25. I haven't even cranked up my PS5 probably in 3 months. That might be something good to do. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Y'all have a good one.